music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Young and Pregnant, Teen Mom, of course. This is still season 1, episode 9. These episodes, girl, is making my lipstick off. It's getting really, really good. I'm like, okay, it's almost better than the regular Teen Mom. Honestly, it really is. And I think it's because it's brand new stories, brand new people, so we kind of just more interested. Tonight's lipstick, I think I'm off a little bit in the corner. I was rushing, but I love this color. If y'all can see it, it is called Vampira, or Vampira. It is from Urban Decay, and it's like a deep, bloody, like reddish brown. Bitch, it's a light. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I might wear it to work tomorrow. I'm not sure. So yeah, this episode, it starts off, well, no. The ending is what kind of gets me, okay? That damn Brianna and Danae, bitch. I'm like, y'all, it's a little bit extra. So yeah. Start with who? Start with Lexi and Kyler. Going from the easiest to the hardest. Lexi and Kyler, I still feel like they are nonchalant parents who are still children and don't get the fact that they have a baby. Like, they just so whatever, like, whatever with situation. And it's kind of crazy. So, we see how she's still trying to get a relationship status with this boy, and he don't want to be in a relationship. They like out to eat or something like that. And you know what I'm saying, she said how, well, it's hard with you being gone all the time working, you know what I'm saying, it gets really lonely, and then it's hard trying to know where we are. And he like, well, you know what I'm saying, we just distant friends. And I was like, but he's told you time and time and time again he don't want no relationship. So I don't get what's so hard for her to understand. So, she's like, what do I have to do, you know what I'm saying, to get myself out the friend zone? And I thought to myself, if having his baby didn't work, I don't think nothing else gonna work either. So you might want to just give up on that and just kind of move on, because you pushed out a whole baby and he's still not trying to get with you. So just let it be what it is, girl. Date somebody else. Do something different besides sitting around just waiting on him. So from there, we see, he like, well, maybe if you ask me out, you know what I'm saying, maybe if you ask me out, I'll probably still turn you down, you know what I'm saying, since I'm just trying to play hard to get. I feel like because she keeps asking him, should they be together, should they not be together, all these things, I feel like he's just like awkwardly not wanting to keep saying no. So he's like, keeps kind of like playing, but I feel like he's answered her question enough to where she should stop asking him these same questions, and she just keeps doing the same thing. And I'm like, girl, it's just crazy. So we then see her talking to her friend, another little scene, and she says how he keeps telling me that I should ask him out. So I'm like, you heard him jokingly say that, but you didn't hear him seriously say 14,765 times that he ain't, he don't want a relationship. He wants to just be friends. Y'all just happen to have had a baby too, but he don't want to be like that right now. He ain't trying to do that. So how do you hear one thing he said, but you don't hear the other thing he say? It's called selective hearing, mama. So she then talks to her parents or whatever, and she's like, well, yeah, I'm going to put the baby in a onesie with wording on it that says, you know what I'm saying, like, will you ask mama on a date, or whatever the onesie said, like, you are mama's baby, you should be you should be mama's daddy. It was something real weird and just too much. First of all, too many words. It should have said just, will you ask mama on a date? It should have been real simple, but she had like a little paragraph. Girl, he ain't gonna read all that. I didn't want to read all that, and I'm not even there to talk about it. So he get there, and then she's like, okay, can you change the baby? He like, all right. So she hands him another onesie, and so he's taking the clothes off, but he not even reading the shirt, because I don't think you really read a baby shirt when you take a baby out one clothes. You don't do that. And he seemed like he just didn't care what the shirt said, because it wasn't like do he usually read the shirts? Does that happen? I don't know. Anyway, he changed the baby, and she realized he didn't even respond to it. He didn't look at it. She's like, did you read the shirt? And he was like, no, I didn't really care. Then she crying. Now she's all sad because he said he didn't care. And I don't know if he read it and saw it and didn't care, or if he really meant like, yeah, I didn't read the shirt. I didn't care what the shirt said. Because sometimes your baby have a shirt on that could say whatever it says, and you don't really care what it says. So I'm like, okay, she's a little bit crazy. So she walk away crying. Then he picks up the shirt and he really does read it, and he like, okay. So when she come back upstairs, he like, you mad at me? And she's like, well, it's just hard, He like, because of what the shirt said or whatever. Yeah. And he like, look, I don't want to answer it, because I don't know what I want. And so I'm not going to answer the question, but I feel like that's his way of like letting her down easy. Either way it go, whether he letting her down easy or whether he playing her, she's stupid to keep going back, basically begging him to be with her. And he ain't giving any indication that we see that he wants to be with her. It seems to me like when they're around each other, he's just trying to be friendly because this is his child's mother. He wants it to be a cool relationship, and she takes him as being nice as him wanting to be with her. I hope they're not having sex again. I really do hope that ain't happening. But, she's saying, well, it's just hard because I thought I knew your answer. And you're like, what do you think my answer's going to be? Well, it doesn't matter now. Girl. And so it go off with them sitting on the couch and he trying to console her because she crying. But I feel like he's told you time and time again what he does and don't want, and then you just keep ignoring him like it doesn't matter. Girl, move on. It's just, she don't need to be on next season. We know I'm pretty sure it's going to be a season 2. This show has been very, very popular. If there's a season 2, just leave her at home. Just let her be at home. Let her keep talking to Kyler and hoping he come talk back to her. Just please move the fuck on. I'm just over that. Kayla and Steven back to having sex. Okay, let's get that out the way. She back to giving up that coochie to that boy, and that baby ain't but about what, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. You waited just until the 6 weeks is up. You, girl, I hope you don't get pregnant again, cause you're not ready. You know what I'm saying? But we really like to figure out the reason they having sex again is because one, Stefan's utilities is cut off at his house, so he needs somewhere to stay. So guess what Stefan came to? He came to his baby mama's house. Yes, he is living there with them. Her mom said it was okay for him to live there for a little while until he can do something about his lights and gas and all that stuff being cut off. He ain't got no lights, no gas, no water. Which means he's basically homeless. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's a shelter with no goddamn utilities. You're homeless. Girl, you stupid. Look. You fucking that man when he ain't got no lights and gas at home. That's the only reason he there. And because he's there, he like, well, we there. I might as well also have sex with her. He's using you, mama. He's completely using you. And she's talking as if, oh, he's here every day. We're doing so good. We're still sleeping together. Because he don't have no other where to go. He's homeless, baby. He don't have no place to be. He can't take no bath at his own house. He can't watch TV at his own house. He can't play games at his own house. He can't cook no dang oodle noodles at his own house. He can't do anything, boo-boo. So, yes, he's going to be there with you because you are his lights, gas, water, heat, and all those things, okay? That's what you are to him. You keeping that man. That boy, because he's a child, okay? So, he's saying how he loves being there. Yeah, because, of course he's saying that because you have utilities there, brother. He like, I love being here. I love hanging out with y'all and being here. Boy, He said it as if he liked being there for the kid. No, you like being there because it's comfortable. Because before, when you had lights and gas at your own house, you was out playing basketball, hanging around. You weren't trying to be over there. You can't fool me. You can't. Nuh-uh. You know, he told him how he's proud that when the kid gets older, his son can say, yeah, my daddy was here for me. You know what I'm saying? He said how he can't say that because his father was not around. So I'm going to be better than my father. And I hope he is better than his father. However, so far, he isn't. Because he's only over there because, again, he don't have no damn lights, gas, and water. If he had lights, gas, and water, he would not be the baby. And anything that he says to the contrary of that is a damn lie. He's a lie and the truth is not in him. So, it's just, and then for him to say, you know, I love you, my son. It took you to get your lights and gas cut off. You don't want to be there. Anyway, we then see it's her 19th birthday, but she says her 19th birthday, but he out with his friends. So my thing is, you living in my house, dabbling in my coochie, and it's my 19th birthday, and you out with your friends, not my friends. We ain't spend no time together. You gotta get out. You can't be here. Gotta go. So, you know, she's at dinner with her friends or whatever, and she said how, you know, because they say, you know, how things going with you and Stefan. It's going to be good. You know, he's here every day. You know what I'm saying? He said how he wants to be with me, how he don't want to be with nobody else, just me. He's not cheating, nothing like that. The friend then said, you know what I'm saying, does he have his own place? And she says, well, yeah, but you know, it doesn't have any lights and gas, like there's no utilities, so he's gonna stand with us. And she's like, well, does he have a job? And she's like, no. The friend, look, those are real friends. And I think it's the same friends who told her before that she needed not to be with him, and she just ain't listen. She say, he using you, girl. He using you. He using you. You say as long as you let him sleep on your couch, he gonna be with you. And you know what I'm saying, you just is his come up. That's the reason he's with you. How did she not know that? How did she not recognize that? She says you want a family so bad, and it's not gonna happen. You allowing him to be there for the wrong reasons, and she is. She's so confused. She's so young and impressionable. It's so sad because in a good 5 years, she'll be over it. She'll be over. She'll be fully over it. Hopefully, learned her lesson and just kind of moved on. It's just crazy. She almost reminded me of Chelsea when Chelsea was with Adam, and everyone kept telling her, you know, Adam's bad. You should not be with him. You know, he's just using you, and she kept still dealing with him. He was still an asshole. He was still cheating. She kept dealing with him. He was not there for the baby a lot. She kept dealing with him still. She reminds me of Chelsea in the beginning. So hopefully she gets smart and she smartens up how Chelsea did eventually. So Kayla then says, you know, talking to her friends made her question his motives because they were kind of right. Is he going to be there because he ain't got nowhere else to go? So, you know, her and him talking or whatever. And then he says like, well, you know, I don't want a relationship. And then she's like, oh. But, you know, we still hook up, and you always say how you want us to be a family, how you want to be with me or whatever. She's like, so it's just so weird, you know what I'm saying? And it gets so confusing. He like, you know what I'm saying? What's the point of you staying? You know what I'm saying? What's the point of you being here, whatever? And she says, because I want my family. I want to work for my family. I want my family to be together. And he's getting upset because he's telling her, I don't want a relationship. And she's saying, but you dealing with me as if you do. So for that reason, I keep holding out hope we can be together. Which is weird that aggravated him because you are making her feel this way. You also a piece of shit. We're not going to deny that. But I can get how she's saying. He's saying these things. We're having sex. He's living here. He's making it seem as if he does want to be. This part of my mouth is really aggravating me. Like, in my spirit, it's aggravating me. And I don't know why. But I just have to. See? That's all I had to do. It's driving me crazy. Anywho. So yeah, I can see why she's upset and why she's confused because it is the things he's saying and doing. And she is gung-ho, all set to be a family. And she hasn't seen the light yet. And, you know, when he get up and kind of walk away, and she's sitting there like, you know what I'm saying? Because he was like, well, we shouldn't be together. This why I need to move on. This why, you know, I can't talk to you because things go in one ear and out the other. But I'm like, go home. You ain't got to be here. You have to live here. Go home to your house. There's no electricity, no water, no lights, no gas. And leave me the fuck be. And only come around to your son. So we'll see how that plays out on the next episode. We did see, as soon as if he was packing his stuff. So I'm pretty sure something happened. He packing his stuff to leave. And, you know, he was kind of arguing with her mom a little bit. So we're going to see how that goes the next episode. Jade and Shine. Jade and Shine. Jade, baby. Let me talk to you, honey. You don't know what you want, boo boo. You really don't. We see, Jade saying how after the last fight with her mom, how she put her parents out about 5 days ago, and how her and Shine is doing all good now. She's meeting with her auntie or whatever, saying, y'all put my parents out. It was just too much. I made them leave. They, took some stuff from the house, like some towels and some comforters or whatever. So real kind of easy, breezy stuff or whatever. And then she's telling her aunt how, her mother told her that she was a bad mom, which then made her feel bad because she feels like she's not a bad mom. And aunt's like, girl, your mama get, what I'm saying? You a good mom, don't worry about it. So she's like, yeah, because I cried my eyes out about her, so it was what it was. The aunt then says how they want to get to know Shine better. Now, see, I didn't know her people didn't know him that well. Y'all together and living together and pregnant, who knows? Anywho, she's like, yeah, that'll be great. Because it's not that he doesn't like my family. He just had issues with my parents, but he doesn't dislike all y'all. So, aunt then says, okay, we're going to have like a family dinner. And we want you and Shine and the baby to come so we can kind of get to know him better or whatever. So, it's cool. We do see, when she then goes back to, low key, I thought auntie was grandma. I kept writing grandma, and I'm like, wait, that's an auntie. I was very, very confused, but whatever. We then see how she's at home talking to Shine, saying how her aunt wants to meet them and wants to have like a little family dinner or whatever. And he all for it, She even brings up how, with her only being 21, she felt like she should not have had to be a parent to her parents who were in their 40s. So she's like, she's kind of happy they're gone. They can go do their own thing, how they need to get themselves together or whatever. So she's like, I'm so happy because with them being gone, me and Shine are in a much, much better place. We're so happy. We're like a family. Honey, that didn't last with 2 seconds. So 5 seconds later, everything ain't all peachy keen. So it's the day of this little dinner with her family. She says, he was up all night with his friends, playing video games, hanging out. He been sleeping all day. He's tired or whatever. When she said that, I said, he ain't gonna want to go to this dinner. Simply because I know the feeling of being up all night, hanging with your friends, and you have to go. Even something as simple as go to a dinner with some people, it's like, it just takes all the energy out your whole body, and you just can't do it. I know the feeling. So when she said he was up all night, and he got home late, and he was sleeping all day, I said, he not gonna want to go. It's about to be a fight. Sure enough, he ain't want to go. She like, Shine, get up, get dressed. Shine, get up, get dressed. Shine, I'm getting the baby ready. Get up and get dressed. She keeps saying Shine. And I'm like, at what point do you realize he ain't moving? Because he keeps saying, okay. But he ain't budge. He was still under the covers. He did not budge. So, the baby dress, she dressed, his ass ain't dressed. He then say, oh my God, whatever, fine. Can you cut the shower on for me? So she cut the shower on for him. He kind of gets dressed. He's tired. He's cranky, and he do not want to go. And Jade almost don't care that he don't want to go. And at this point, I think they both is in the wrong. He in the wrong because, as she kept saying, we've been planning this dinner for however long. You knew we were doing this today, even though you was out hanging out last night. You knew this was the plan today. So on that aspect, he was dead as wrong for trying to use that as an excuse to not go. However, she also saw he completely was not in the mood to be around people. He was too fucking cranky. My thing is, if me and my boo arguing, I don't even want you around my people. I don't, because they going to sense it, and they going to cuss your ass out, and they ain't going to like you no more. So if me and my boo arguing, dude, stay at home. Because if you bring around my people, it's going to be an issue. It's going to be even worse than what it was. So I feel like sometimes you have to know when you and your mate beefing that they shouldn't come. Leave them where they at. Don't even have them where you are. All right, you know what? Fuck it. Stay here. I don't want to hear about it. We'll talk about it later. Bye. And leave. Because if not, it creates a bigger argument. And if they go, shit can get worse. Because they can just be a bitch to your family. I don't want you to go and be mean to my people. I wouldn't do that. But I don't really want to go. He don't want to go. Like, he don't want to go. And he should have wanted to go. He completely should have wanted to go. But his ass keeps saying, I don't want to go. I'm tired. I'm cranky. I'm sleepy. I want to lay down. I don't want to go and got to carry the baby by myself. He's like, well, fine. Leave the baby with me. I don't want to go by myself. I'm like, well, God damn it. Look, somebody got to give. And so it ends up she goes and he does not. And it was crazy. So she gets to the restaurant. And before she leave, though, they did both. She said, go to hell. He said, you go to hell. I'm like, why I gotta go to hell? I want to go to heaven. I don't want to go to hell. So at the dinner, she get there. They're like, where's Sean? He was being an asshole. He was being an asshole. He was being an asshole. He want to come. He want to come. He want to come. I'm a firm believer in you do not tell your family when you and your boo having issues, because what you do is when you tell them all the negative, that's all they know. And so if they wanted to see him or meet him or whatever, and then you like, he didn't want to come. He kept saying he want to go. You know, he was out hanging out with his friends all night or whatever. He only want to stay home and play the games. That's all they're gonna have they mad about him. So what you're doing basically is tainting his image to your family. Because the thing about it is, if you don't break up with him, if you don't stop being with him, if y'all still be together, they gonna remember that time that he was invited to dinner, his ass ain't want to come, and they gonna be mad at him. So you can't, you sometimes you just cannot tell your business to your family. It is what it is. You have to sometimes your relationship should be kept to yourself when y'all having bad issues, that you gonna forgive him for. Because again, when you forgive him, they haven't forgiven him. So that's how that thing ended with the family. Listen, like, well, he got to come around, and that ain't fair, and da, da, da. But I said Jade was dumb, because I would have never told them. I would have said, hey, he wasn't feeling good, so he stayed home. He wanted to keep the baby too, but I know y'all want to see her, so I brought her, and I would have left it at that. Because at that point, they know when he didn't come, and he technically did not feel good, but they don't know y'all beefing. Okay, you gotta be smart in these streets. Ashley and Bar. Ashley and Bar honestly weren't that much today. Like, she met with her sister to say how, you know what I'm saying, she did not expect to have to be moving on so soon out of her mom's house. How she wanted to stay there for like 6 more months. She wanted to go to school to be an MA, get a job that pay like 20-something bucks an hour to be able to afford to move and buy daycare and all this stuff. And that ain't what happened. And I said, well, honey, welcome to the life of a mother. You know, things don't always go as planned. So you have to kind of just regroup and redo things, and that's what she's learning. So, you know, her sister was saying how it's hard to find a place to live because you have to have good credit. They want first month, last month security deposit, and they ain't got that. She also brings up how, you know, it's just hard right now. Now the sister then said, you know what I'm saying, well, I don't think the situation was so bad that, you know what I'm saying, y'all should have been put out. And I feel like the reason the sister felt that way is because she don't know the rules of disrespecting the person who you live with. You can't disrespect or bite the hand that feeds you. And when you do, what typically happens is you get your ass put out. Okay? And I think for the family, it was a build up of little stuff. And it was a thing to where Ashley was going to have to choose because she wants to be with Bar. But for the most part, at this point in time, Bar was still young and immature. And he's a hot-head, it seems like, and he has a temper, it seems like. And it's almost as if if he had like a Napoleon complex, like he has to be big and bad, and ain't nobody gonna punk him. It's what I get from Bar, from when this stuff was being filmed. Because, you know, to know that he tried to fight her stepfather, you can't try to fight the husband. Because at the end of the day, he is the man of that house. Because him and Mama passed are husband and wife. So he's the husband, she's the wife. It's their house. Y'all just living there. So for Bar to try to fight them is complete and utter disrespect. And I'm like, the sister don't get that. You know what I'm saying? So it might not have been a big issue, but what you did was some bullshit. You gotta go. And I think it was a big enough issue to put them out. You can't be up and fighting nobody. Boy, you crazy? So, you know, Ashley's and how she's gonna go apologize to her mom because she knows she was wrong. You know, she said she knows that her mom has done a lot for them. She has helped them a lot. You know what I'm saying? And she recognized that. And the sister gonna say, but you know, mama can be petty. And I'm like, but I feel, she said, yes, I know she can be. But at the end of the day, she's earned her right to be petty. When you pay the boss, when you make the money to pay the bills and had a house or whatever, you have paid the cost to be the boss. And you can be petty. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You can be petty in your own house. And being petty sometimes just means, I forgive you, but I ain't gonna forget. Okay? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that when the person coming to apologize feel like they don't need you. Okay, if that's how you feel, I'm gonna let you walk this path on your own, because obviously you think you're too grown for my guidance. So let me let you be your own guidance, and let's see how far that gets you. And if push comes to shove and you have nowhere to go, by all means, I'm your mother. You are always welcome to ask me for help. Okay, I think that's what it was. We do see them going to look for daycare, and how it, it's really expensive. They can't really afford the daycare and the rents, and we're moving on so quick. Daycare alone was $65 a day. I'm like, that is expensive, but that's how much daycare costs for somebody. It's very expensive. They also bring up how they want to go on a trip to see his mother, who stays in Vegas, or whatever. It's cool to see her say, because he asked about her mom, and she said, well, no, she's still mad at me, but that's still my mom, so what I'm saying, I'm gonna talk to her eventually, ain't nothing gonna come between that. I think that was a great thing. But she does say, but I don't want any negative feedback on what I plan to do. So we see her go to her mom. She says how sorry she is. She does a full-fledged apology, and I do feel like she meant it. And her mom accepts it. She then tells her, you won't know why I did what I did, or how I reacted to how, you won't know these things until you are married or whatever. And it's something, she's like, well, she's like, I don't want to hear nothing about you being married. She's like, no, but he did propose. I did say yes. And she's like, oh my God. And she's like, but it's not as if we're going to get married tomorrow. It's not that. You know what I'm saying? We're just engaged right now. And my mom used to say the same thing. I'm not happy about it. I don't think you're ready. But she does say, I forgive him, Bar. However, he still can't be in my presence just yet. I don't trust him, because he literally tried to fight your parents. So, what I'm saying? Y'all have to do what y'all have to do, but what I'm saying? He can't be around me just yet. I ain't there yet. But I've forgiven him. But this is also a consequence of what the fuck he did. So that's how that particular story ends. I am interested to see how their relationship plays out. Because it seems they want Ashley and Bar to be together. It ain't that she don't want them to be together. She said, Bar has a lot of growing to do. I think she wants them to be together long enough for him to grow, to be a good person, a good mate for her daughter. And then once he is, I don't think she'll have any issues with him being married. But until then, she still feels like he ain't ready to be somebody's husband. And I kind of agree. Brianna and Danae. So Brianna and Danae, who we saw in the last episode, had got that apartment in the hood that had roaches. Come to find out that apartment wasn't too safe. So, she's saying how the apartment it was too dangerous. And so they had to move in the middle of the night. Well, I'm going to say in the middle of the night, because when they went to Chicago, because of course, Danae isn't allowed at the mama's house in Wisconsin. So they went to Chicago, and I'm guessing they must not have had money for a hotel or whatever, or they didn't have a long-term plan. So it was okay, we got to go to Chicago real quick, regroup for a month or so to get back to Wisconsin, or at least that's what Brianna's expectations was. So they there, what I'm saying? Again, she thought it was only gonna be for a couple weeks or whatever, so they at the house with her mom and his mom, with Danae's mom. And she's telling them, look, these are my rules, what I'm saying? Danae, you can't have no friends up in here. You can't have that at all. And I don't want no fussing, no fighting, no fighting, no arguing up in here. And that's what it is. I know y'all need some time to get some things together. So as they talking, Danae out the blue says, what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. And I'm going to start taking hormones to transition to male officially. And when he said it, both his mama and Brianna looked completely shocked. Brianna didn't even know that he was planning to do this. And it's weird because the mama said, y'all got here real late last night. And they was getting whatever together. So my thing is, if y'all got there real late that night, how do you have a doctor's appointment the following day for some stuff? Danae up to some shit. So from there, mama well, I'm just caught off guard. I can't believe this. Do you have to do this? Do you have to physically change? And he said, yeah, I want to look more manly. I get it. Brianna said, I didn't know either. When did you make this decision or whatever? Do you have to do that right now? And then he said, well, yeah, I'm doing it regardless of what y'all think. So, it is what it is. So, I'm like, okay. So we then see Brianna on the phone with her sister, because it's the next day. Brianna now has a job interview. So he then came to Chicago in one day. The following day, he had a doctor's appointment for to take hormones, and then he had a job interview. That's quick. You couldn't get on job interviews in Wisconsin. I'm like, okay, it's something is in the water. So she on the phone with her sister. Like, he's just doing these different things. He wants to transition and take medication or whatever. I didn't know about that. I feel like he wants to stay in Chicago longer. And, he just didn't tell me when we kind of moved here. So, people come. So I'm reading comments. So, the sister says he trying to trap you. He got you there. Now he's making these long-term plans, and he probably just wants you to stay there and assume that you would have stayed there. And Brianna's like, all the baby stuff is set up in Wisconsin. The baby's doctors are all in Wisconsin. We haven't set anything up to be here for no long period of time, but I feel like he's trying to make it be that way. And she said also they talked before that she didn't want to be in Chicago because one, they have all kind of bad memories, and the biological daddy stays in Chicago too, and she don't want to be there. And Danae knew this. So we then see how she called her mom. She's been there for 2 days. She's calling her mom to talk since she felt like Danae's changing the plans or whatever. The mom says, okay, I'm going to drive down there. The mom drive down, and said like, look, his plan was probably to force you to come down here to make this be the option, because you can't come back to my house. So the only option is, okay, we got to go to Chicago. So he now has you here, and he gonna kind of probably try to force you to stay. And it do seem like that's what Danae was trying to do. And her mom says, like, look, if you need to come home, like, I don't care, you can call me. I will drive down to come get you. If I'm at work, I will send you like a plane ticket or whatever you need to do. I'm here for you for whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, Brianna goes to talk to Danae, because Brianna feels like Danae is making long-term decisions on what was supposed to be a short-term trip. And she like, look, you're making these long-term plans, and that wasn't the agreement. We were supposed to be here for like a month or so, and that's it, but you doing all this other stuff. And he like, what are you talking about? I'm not getting on long-term plans. And she's like, you getting testosterone, that's gonna take at least a year. You know what I'm saying? That's a long-term plan. We're only supposed to be here for like a month. You should have been real with me and told me from up front. Honey, at that point, Danae completely flipped. This is the Danae I'm pretty sure the mama saw, and it's the reason why he ain't allowed her house. Okay, so he goes into the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be back in Wisconsin. I was there for 2 years with you and your family. Y'all put me out. I ain't had nowhere to stay. It's some bullshit that you can, that I could change my life and be with you for 2 years in Wisconsin, but you can't come and be with me in Chicago for a year. And the difference is, the plan didn't seem to be to come, to live, to move, and be in Wisconsin forever. I think Brianna's only point was this wasn't the plan, because she said it. She said we should have talked about this. We didn't plan this out. It's a whole different game plan than what I wanted to do. And I don't think she was being rude. I don't think she was trying to say like, I don't want to do what you want to do. I think she was saying, you're making long-term plans on a situation that we were saying which is short-term, and I don't want to be here, and we should have talked about that point blank to the period. But Danae's still pissed off. He's yelling at her. He's all up her face. You can go. No one's making you stay here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all put me out. I can't believe this. You know what I'm saying? Now you know what it feels like to be somewhere by yourself without no family. And again, it's as if he brought her there on purpose to make her feel like she didn't have no reason, no other option but to stay. And when he's yelling, you can see her looking kind of a little bit scared, because he yelling and yelling and yelling. Now he getting up. And my thing is, you getting up so abruptly and so quickly. The baby right there in the little bassinet thing. Be careful, little boy. Be careful. And, she just keeps saying, it just wasn't the plan. This wasn't the plan. And then Nate still yelling at her. You know what? You're pathetic. You can go. You can go. You can go. I've done so much for you. I'm like, but what have you done for her? My thing is, you ain't done much for her if y'all was homeless and had to come back and live with your mama. Okay, let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. At that point, Danae so much in her face that it did look like he was gonna hit her, and it looked like Brianna braced herself to be hit. So it does make it seem as if Danae is abusive. It does, because it just did. It was crazy, and I feel like that's the reason that the mama and them called the police. That's the reason the mama said you not in. That's the reason. That's the Danae we really hadn't seen. That's the Danae we would see almost a little bit, and then he would walk away. That person who was about to lose it real quick and then caught himself. It was crazy to see. So from there, he kind of calmed down. He says, I don't love you, I don't want to be with you, and I don't care about you, and I want you gone by 4 o'clock. And then walks away, goes into a room and starts screaming at the top of his lungs like he's being murdered. I'm so tired of this shit. I'm like, he crazy. He's completely fucking insane. And they don't need to be together. They don't. Because my thing is, I know he said them things to piss her off and hurt her feelings. But at the same time, if that's who you are when you mad, I don't want to be with you. I don't. Because the thing is, you trying to put her out and make her be homeless or whatever, how they did you. But the difference is, it seemed like the reason they was putting you out before was because you was acting like this. So, I mean, it's hard. I can't wait to see the next episode, to see how it all plays out. But yeah, that's how the episode went off. And with him in the room screaming like he's being murdered. And it was crazy, crazy, crazy. So, put your comments below. Let me know what you think. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.